Hi guys. Ibni kita. Good morning, sir. Alright, good morning. Good morning, Ibni. So, how are you guys doing? Selamat pagi, Colin. Morning, Lord Tomato, Priscilla. Morning, guys. So, saya nak ambil attendance dulu Wednesday. Alright, so welcome to this morning session. I'm doing this live session because of the fact that maybe some of you are not able to join our class session this morning, so that is why I prefer to do this live stream so that the video will be saved in YouTube for later viewing, so that people who could not join our live stream session this morning can join the class later on. And some of you from the survey that I've made last time, okay, some of you are not having a good internet connection, so I understand that. So maybe I don't expect every one of you to be here, but I hope that you all are in front of your laptop. If you are using a laptop, yeah, I prefer you to use laptop rather than phone. Maybe for you need to have two devices is much better. One is your smartphone for you to view this video, and then for your laptop you use it to do whatever I'm doing afterwards, okay? Because we are going to use one platform that I will introduce it to you later on, okay? So I think I have taken your attendance. Oi, okay, so you did scan this. All right, good. Okay, please chat in the live chat section here, because we are not using Google Meet, so I'm not really directly interacting with you. I just know that you are here by looking at your chat there. So I hope that everyone is currently watching this video. So before we start, let's see the updated assessment is due to COVID-19. So we have to revise the syllabus. So this is what we have now. Okay, instead of having final exam, you are not going to have any final exam anymore. So as you can see in this new revision, there will be assessment 1, which is gonna be your quiz, right? So it's gonna be your quiz. And for assessment 2, okay, assessment 1 quiz is 25%. For assessment 2 is open book, so all of them are open book, so good for you. And the assessment 2 is 25%, open book test 2.5 hours. For assessment 3, you're gonna have your open book test that will take 3 hours. And then for your final assessment, so instead of doing your project in groups, you're going to do it individually. So I will need to revise back the method of doing your project, because you are now doing it individually instead of in groups. So I need to simplify your tasks, so to make it easy for you to write the program on your own, and then to write the report on your own as well, without the help of your friend. So is everyone here? Boleh tak chat? So please make this chat active. So I'll try this platform first to see how effective it is. If it is not, I might be going back to Google Meet, because Google Meet is much better in terms of the face-to-face feature of that platform. So currently there are 16 people watching, so I think it's almost everyone is here. It's 21 or 20 something of you inside group A ni. So how many of you here? 21. So there should be 21. So 12 has already taken their attendance. How about the other 4? But the number fluctuates up and down. So now it's 15 people watching. What happened to that 1%? Can you hear me in the video? Boleh dengar tak? Ada suara tak? Ada audio tak? Saya tak sure lah ada audio ke tak. Alright, dah. Okay. Good morning, Amirul Hafiz. Morning everyone. Masih tidur? Bukan ni. Kelas pukul 10. Alright, so make sure, I hope that you have at least 2 devices lah. 2 devices. Maybe you can view the video later on through your laptop. It's because this is currently being recorded in YouTube. Masih tidur. Here ada sir. Okay, can hear sir. Yes, clear bis. Alright, good. So what I want you to do is, instead of we have our own slide, because this was used back in week 3, and then I have updated the slide a little bit, but it's just that since this is an online delivery, I might want to be a little bit more interactive with you guys. So just by looking at the slide might not be that interesting to you. Clear bis. Okay, stay at college. Oh, Amri kat college Amri. But then I think we stopped somewhere. Okay, let's get back to topic 2, variables. So what we have learned so far is only up until variables. So why is the video is a bit lag in the YouTube stream? But whatever it is, you are currently looking at what I'm looking at. So we are doing this topic 2, variables, up until, if you scroll through the slide, I hope that you can open the slide that is inside your classroom. We are still looking at the same slide. I think we stop up until here, up until the escape sequence, and then that's it, end of the semester. So what I want to go through today is probably the remaining part of the slide, but I will share with you one platform that might be more interesting than rather than looking at a Google slide. But first, let's get to this CMATs. All right. So throughout your lesson, okay, before we stop our class session, you have done quite a number of code writing without the use of maths function. So maths function is given by this include CMaths. Okay, CMaths. So in order to use some maths function that is inside C++, something like square root is given by sqrt. So you need to include this external library, which is CMaths. Okay, other than including the IO stream, you also need to include the CMaths. All right, okay, I can see that you are joining this Google slide session as well. Okay, so you can chat at both platform. Okay, I don't care. You can chat here as well in this Google slide. All right, you can chat here. So there are 8 people inside this Google slide right now. I don't know if you can do both at once. That's the problem. All right, so let's say we want to use just one basic function from CMath, which is square root of a number. So whenever we enter a number, so this function will calculate the square root of that number automatically. So let's say we look at this example right here, and if I go to, let's say, cpp .sh, okay, I will use an online compiler to make it easy for me to switch between tabs. Online C++. Line hari ni okay, good. Line dekat mana, Amirul? So let me try this code and see if I can use this online compiler. Alright, so let's look at this example right here. The program is quite simple. You are asked to enter a number, then you can enter any number. Let's say you enter 2. Oh, sorry. Let's say you enter any number with square root of like 81. So enter a number. So you enter 81, for example. So if you press enter, the square root of 81 is 9. Okay, so that is how you use this square root function that belongs to this CMaths function. And you can also try other number. Let's see, we try the square root of 10 is 100 is 10. Okay, that is how simple it is to use this function. So you might want to use this function whenever you are trying to calculate engineering problem. Line okay di Sarike. Oh, good. Oh, dari Sarike jauh. Alright. Okay, since I am doing this live stream, I think I will just proceed with whatever I'm going to deliver today. Maybe you can follow along after the live stream. Okay, so probably during this live stream you just watch whatever I'm doing and you could follow along afterward. Okay, and maybe you just concentrate on whatever I'm doing. I think is a better way of learning. So you just watch this live stream, 16 people here out of 21, so there are 5 more people is not available today. Okay, maybe due to the internet. So I'm going to proceed just like how I would do in the class. Okay, so for the CMATS trigonometric function, there are a bunch of trigonometric function that you can borrow from that CMATS function. So it is like cosine, sine, tangent, if you are trying to calculate something very geometric. And you also have this normal power function, which consists of pow, okay, to raise the power of a number. Square root, to find the square root of a number, you put that number inside this parenthesis. And this cubic root that you would not normally use is something like x to the power of 3, the square root of cubic number. And hypotenuse, this might be related to calculating the length of triangle. So here are some of the examples of the I/O manipulation library. Okay, now we move on to I/O manipulation, because at this part of the chapter 2, we are basically learning about the library that you can use to better write your code. So this is the I/O manipulation, is the external library. It's not under I/O stream, the normal I/O stream. So why do you need to use this? Okay, when are you going to use this I/O manipulation? It is when you are trying to make a very systematic spacing. So very precise spacing can be done using this I/O manipulation. So let's just use this online GDB. So I strongly recommend you to use this platform as well. You don't need to use your code block, because I want you to be inside your browser, your Google Chrome or whatever you are using, just inside that browser. Everything is inside the browser. I don't want you to switch between code blocks and your browser. So let's try to run this code inside Google online GDB. So let's run this code, and you can see the result here. So this I/O manipulation simply is going to create a number of tab, okay, from the left region of your display here. So this set W means set width, set the width of your tab. So let's say you put 10 inside this set W, and then you are going to see out 10, meaning the value 10 is going to be at the 10 position from the left side of your display. So if I can highlight this part, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, so you can see the effect of having this set W10 here. If I change it to 5, let's say we change it to 5, and then I change this number to 5, you will see the number 5 move a little bit to the left. Alright, now it is currently at the 5th position from the left. 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so that is how you use the set W or set width. So Isaac Stephen, hi, morning. And then the bigger the number, the more spacing you're gonna see before you start seeing anything you would like to print out. So this doesn't mean you have to print out number. You can print anything you like, something like hello here, hello. Okay, so if I rerun the code, you will see this hello being printed out. Sorry, why is hello not printed out? Okay, hello ZW hello. Right, something weird here. 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so there are two versions of this thing. So the other one is this one on the right side, which might be the one that I am trying to do. But first, let's look back at this example right here. Okay, this example right here, this set v5 is basically saying that you are going to have anything that you are going to print will be displayed, okay, for as long as the width is within this 5 position from the left. So 1 2 3 4 5. So as I wanted to print out this 100, so it is located within that 5 unit of width. So this is 5 unit of width. So if I print out 1000, what will happen here? So now you're gonna see 1 2 3 4 5. As you can see that 1000 is now within that set width 5. If I put another 0 at the end here, meaning there will be total of 5 digits here, 1 2 3 4 5. So as you can see, there are the number here. Alright, if I add one more number, what will happen? Nothing is changing. What a weird example here. Okay, never mind. Let's proceed with this example. You can try it out on your own later. Okay, so this is for you to set the decimal places. Okay, so if I try and copy and this paste in this online GDB right here. So if I run this code, okay, we have this number f equals to 3.14159, and if you use this set precision compared to the previous one is set width, but this one is set precision. Set precision means you are setting the precision of your decimal point. So if you have the number 3.14159, so if you set the precision to 5, meaning it will count from the left side, starting from the first number is considered as 1 2 3 4 5. So that is why you see the number change from 3.14159 to 3.1416, because you are setting it to the 5th precision. If you set it to 9 precision, so set precision 9 F, so you will see all the numbers here, because the number is not that many. 1 2 3 4 5 6. There are only 6 numbers inside this double F. But if you choose fix, what's gonna happen is that it will not start counting from the leftmost number, from the first digit. It will not start counting from the first digit. It will start counting the precision from the decimal point. So let's say you are setting the precision 5, but you declare this standard fix before that. So what's gonna happen is that it will print out 3.14159. So these are the 5 numbers that is being counted. So 1 2 3 4 5. That is the effect of these 2 lines right here. Okay, you only need to declare this standard fix once. Okay, I hope that you still remember, if you don't want to use this standard all the time, you can always declare this using namespace std in the beginning of the code, so that you can remove all those standard notation. So now we can remove all those standard notation. The same goes to this set precision. You can also remove that. So you now live with a much cleaner looking code. Alright, so this set precision 9 is telling the compiler later on, is telling the program to print out as many as 9 number after the decimal point. So since there are only how many numbers? 5 numbers after the decimal point. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there will be a remaining of 4 numbers due to that set precision 9. So it will add an additional zeros at the end of the last number to complete that set precision 9 after you have declared fix. So you need to know the difference between having a fix before setting the precision, okay, compared to setting the precision straight away without declaring fix. So that is the difference. This one is start counting the number from the first number. I think that's much better. It's much easier for you to interpret. Start counting from the first number. This one is also the same. Start counting from the first number. Start counting after the decimal point. Okay, so is everyone okay now? So I'm looking at my iPad screen on my right side, so that's why you are looking at me looking downwards, because I want to see your chat. Okay, that is regarding this IO manipulation. You can play around with this later on. So just to clarify regarding this IO stream is used to perform an input and output operation. You can perform these two operations inside this IO stream. So what you are borrowing from this IO stream is basically C in and C out. Okay, whatever you have done so far, you are actually borrowing a function from IO stream. So which is the one that you must declare inside your code. So this is the most important part of your C++ program. So without IO stream, you cannot run your program. So, and as an example, this cin is for you to store the number from the user input into a variable. So I hope that you still remember the concept of variable that we discussed in class. That is why you are looking at this container image right here. So assume that you have a container, you name the container as score, and you wanna put a number inside that container. So we are going to input an integer number. It's an integer, a number of type integer, meaning there is no decimal point. So we are going to declare this score as integer data type, and then you are going to use cin in order to store any number from user input into that container. And for you to display the value that is currently inside that container, you are going to use this cout. So you're going to use this cout. So let's say you already have 100 inside that container. You are just going to perform this cout statement in order to display the number on screen, as you can see right here. Here is my terminal. Let's say you are running this code, you will see the number on your terminal. So this is where we initialize the number. We initialize the container with a number 100. So that is what the first line means. Okay, so for clarification here, cin is for you to get data from keyboard, and cout is for you to send the output to screen, something like terminal on Mac or the command prompt screen on your Windows PC. So for the cin and cout is both handled by IO stream. So that is what you need to understand. Okay, for input variations. So you are going to learn how to input several data types here. So one of the most common data type that you are going to play around in C++ is this number or character. So in order to input number or character, you can use just the normal cin. As you can see from this example right here, I have my number declared with the data type of int, which is integer, and for my alpha, it is declared with the data type char, because my alpha is any letter or alphabet available on my keyboard. So I declare the name as alpha. So in order to get these two data types, you simply use cin in order to get the user input. So cin with this insertion symbol, you will write score, which is the variable name that you are going to store that value. The same goes to your char, which is the alpha. You use the standard cin as well. Okay, for words, if you are trying to get the user to enter a long sentence, okay, multiple words, right, something like your name, so you are advised to use either one of these method. Okay, either one of these method, but they are being handled differently. So let's start off with this fgets method. So in order to use this, you need to include one more additional library, which is the standard io .h. You need to declare this with .h at the end. So this standard io is where this fgets is being borrowed. So fgets is located inside that library. So in order to declare the variable, you have to declare it differently as well. You cannot just simply declare it as character name. You need to set a memory size for you to keep your alphabet later on. So let's say we are declaring this name with an array. We call this array. Even though you are not learning array in C++, but you still need to understand it in order to write the code relating to getting username or getting any words, any long sentence, any multiple words. So you need to understand that this is what we call array. Array is basically a list of items. So we are declaring this character name with a memory size of 20. So there will be 20 items that can be stored inside that container. So this container is able to store 20 characters, something like that. So you will ask the user to enter full name right here, and then you will get the input using this fget statement. So I think I want to try this code right now. Let's try this code inside this online GDB and see what happened. So enter your full name. Let's say I am entering my full name here, Muhammad Yazid, Muhammad Anas Khan. As you can see, the program is able to output my name because I am doing this cout at the end of the code. But as you can see, my name is being cut halfway, okay, around my date's name. Why did this happen? So my name is very long, as you can see right here. My full name is basically more than 20 characters. I don't want to count, but this one is like 4 plus 5 is 9 plus 4 is 9, 4, 13, 17 and 21. Is it 21 really? 21. So 22, 23, 24, 25. So there are 25 characters including blank space. Blank space is also included in counting the number of items. So basically you are looking at 20 items starting from M up until this letter A. So there are 20 items here. So MOHD is 4 plus 5, 9. So this will be 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 17 this blank space, 18, 19, and plus one more invisible item, 20. So I don't want to get into that, but there will be one invisible item at the end of the character here, which is the /0. That is invisible. You cannot see that. It is automatically being included in this statement right here. After I have finished all my 19 characters here, there will be one more characters being added automatically, which is the null. We call this null in computer programming. That is basically telling the program that is the end of the character, the end of the character. That is the limit of the character that you can output. So basically, if I want to display the whole name inside this output, I can increase the character name to let's say 30. So without even thinking, I think I can display the whole the full name right here, Muhammad Yazid, Muhammad Khan. What? Do I need to stop first? Stop. Character name 30. Oh sorry, this is still 20. So this one, this number should be the same as this number. So there are two numbers that you need to change here. So if I rerun this program again, so my full name is Muhammad Yazid Muhammad Nashar. Alright, so there you go. So after setting this number to 30, it can finally display all my names perfectly from start to end. Basically the whole thing was, I think, 25 characters. How many characters? 1 2 3 4 9 13 17 21 22 23 24 25 26. There are actually 26 characters including this null character at the end. So there are 26 characters in my name. Basically I can just declare this as 26, and I would still be able to display the whole characters. So Muhammad Yazid Muhammad Anas Han. Enter. Alright, there you go. If I remove one character, okay, if I reduce the number to 25, you're gonna see the difference afterward. You will not be able to see the N letter at the end of that Han. So let me rerun this. So let me rewrite my name. I'm still using the same pattern here without bin, bin. So if I enter, you can see that I am missing this additional letter here. There one more letter here is not being displayed, which is N. It's due to the fact that the character array is limited to 25, but actually it needs 26 empty spaces in order to complete the whole output here. It's because it cannot it can no longer display this N due to the fact that the compiler needs to put this at the end of my name here. So actually after this letter A, the compiler is putting that /0 at the end. That is why it is now a complete 26 or 25, I can say 25 characters, including this null character. So that is regarding this fgets. The second method for getting the user input string is a much simpler method actually. Okay, and this is using this library called string. So you use this library called string, and the way you declare it is much more simpler than using fgets just now. You just need to declare string as the data type, and then your variable name, the container name, is now just name, without having to declare a memory space, something like the character name array just now. So now you just need to declare this variable called string or variable called name with a data type of string, and then you just proceed with asking what happened to the live. All right. Okay, so you just need to ask for the user to input their name, and then you use this getline function. So this getline function resides in this string library. So without declaring string library, you will get, for sure you will get error here at the cline getline statement. So you can follow this pattern, this formatting right here. You start off with cin and then comma name. For the fget just now, you need to follow this pattern right here, this format. So you will start off with there are three parameters here, name, comma 20, comma standard input. So this standard input is just the format itself, so you don't have to worry about that. You just simply needs to include that. But what you need to change later on, if you plan to use this, is these two. The name can be any other names. You can rename this variable to any other variable that can be accepted by C++. And for this number, it is actually following the character array value. If this number is 20, then this number will be 20 as well. If this number is 100, you need to change this to 100 as well. So both number must be tallied. But the string method is much more easier to use because you don't have to think about memory space. This string function will automatically allocate as many memory space as you need or as you want. Okay, so by using this getline method, you can easily enter any names, any words, any statement, any letter that you are trying to display. So enter full name. Let me try this in online GDB. I will run this code right here. So I can enter my full name without thinking about I'm gonna crash this code. And let's say even my grandfather's name is Muhammad Yasin Han. Okay, Muhammad Ali Han. So as you can see, I can type any letter, any statement for as long as I want it to be. So here I have got my name, my father's name, my grandfather's name, and my great-great-great-grandfather's name. So as you can see, I don't have to think about memory space at all. I can write for as long as I want, and then when I press enter, for sure I'm gonna get whatever that is expected here. So that is regarding the user input. So you need to practice this a lot because when you are trying to write the program for your project later on, you would normally involve getting the user data, something like asking for their home address. So home address is going to be very long, right? It's going to be very long. So let me try and rewrite this code. It's not full name. Enter your, sorry, we need to stop it first. Okay, enter your home address, let's say. Arman, steady nama, steady ya. Okay, we have got this enter your home address as the instruction. I need to change this variable to address, let's say address, and then this name is also needs to be changed to address. So your home address is address, something like that. So we have got our variable name address with this data type of string. So you are asking the user to input their home address right here, and you are using this getline method instead of using the fget method. And so your name is your home address is going to be printed out. So let me try and run this code. So my home address is something like, oh sorry, it's not my home address yet. Okay, I will type my home address 801. Why is it not inputting anything? Why is it not responding? Okay, wait. That's the problem with online compiler. Sometimes it's not that stable. So I will input. Okay. So alright, so that is my full home address. Let me enter. You see, it is now being printed out. Okay, they are now being printed out in its full glory. So your home address is 801 Jalan Sunan Bonang, Kampung Demak Baru, Fasa 2. And that is basically it. So I think you are going to prefer this method, method 2 over method 1. So whatever you want to use is up to you, but it is essential for you to understand the existence of these two methods right here. So you basically need to know both methods. So there are currently 19 people watching. I think everyone is almost here, but there are just 2 people who could not join the class. So probably they are the one having the worst network here. Okay, so let me proceed. The other example is for you to include numerical data type, which is inputting any integer number or float number or there is another version of float which is double. I think I need to declare this as well here. It's double. That is another example, so I need to add one more here. Double num3, since this is not the code editor, so it doesn't know what I'm doing right now. So I will add one more input here as num3. Okay, I need to resize this. Resize, not moving. Okay. Alright, so that is how you enter 3 numbers straight in a row. So if you plan on doing this, you can do it this way. So if you want to input more than a single number or single input, something like you have 3 numbers here, you are wanting to get the number from the user input straight away without separating them, so you can do it this way. So let me show you what is this gonna do. But I think I need to complete the code a little bit, because right now it is not complete, because you're not gonna see what's the result, the output of this. So let me perform a cout operation here. So I will do this bit like this, ENDL, and then I will do it twice. So this one is gonna be number 2, this one is gonna be number 3. Alright, so let me save the code. Let me copy this into our, I don't think I need to see this run. And so here we are declaring 3 different numbers with 3 different data types. One is integer, one is float, and the other one is double. The difference between float and double is just that double has more decimal precision compared to float. If I'm not mistaken, float is just 6 decimal places, but for double it is 12 decimal places. But you can search for that to get a better understanding. It's basically a different bit size. It's a different bit size. So a float is a single precision number, which is 32-bit, but for double it is basically double that 32-bit, which is 64-bit data type. So as you can see from this image right here, so double can store more numbers basically compared to float. Alright, so what we need to do now is to get those numbers, get those 3 numbers, and then we display those 3 numbers. So let me show you how it is done. Okay, now you are looking at just a blinking cursor at my console, because I didn't see out anything beforehand. Before asking this cin line, before asking the compiler, before asking the program to get the user input, you didn't mention any something like instruction. Instruction is needed before this cin statement, so that you know what to do whenever the program is being executed. So without telling the user to do whatever you are expected to do, so you are basically looking at a very bad example of computer code. So this is an example of very bad programming habit. So you need to ask the user to do something beforehand. Okay, Okay, before we start going with that cin statement, so let's say you tell the user just using a simple statement like enter 3 numbers separated by space. Okay, so that is my instruction there. Now I have a much better idea of what I'm supposed to do because of that statement right there. The instruction right there is asking the user to enter 3 numbers separated by a space. So I can simply type any numbers now. So let's say 100 is for my integer number 1, and then my float is 3.142, and then for my double you can store any number that you like, so 5.98 blah 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 blah. Okay, so you just press enter, as you can see right here. So it's going to print out those 3 numbers there. Okay, so this is how many. Wait, what happened to my output window? What? Did it stop? So 103.14 blah 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 blah. Let me make it the same. 623.142. Let me add 90909090. Okay, and then let me do the same with 3.142 90909090. Oh, they are basically being printed the same here. So this is my integer, this is my float, this is my double num3. It's a bit weird how they are interpreting these 2 data types, but never mind, I will keep this in view. I will do a further testing regarding these 2, but so that you know how to use this single line input. What do we call this? This one is insertion, right? Insertion, single line insertion for 3 different values. Okay, next is, now it's 1918. Somehow I saw you reach 20 people, and somehow maybe there is only 1 people cannot join this class, but the number keeps on fluctuating. I don't know why. It's currently at 18 people. I'm pretty sure that you can see that. I hope that everyone is doing okay. Okay tak? Boleh chat tak kat sini? Because I don't see you use this Google Slide chatting box ni. Okay, saya nak dapatkan input dulu daripada semua orang ni. Ke semua tengah tengok Netflix? Boleh update dulu kat sini. Cakap hi lah, cakap hi at this live chat here. Ada soalan tak? Amri with me sir. Okay, good. Ideal, ada respond. So I hope that the audio and video is clear enough. Saya rasa saya dah pakai the best network here. Saya pakai 5G instead of using this 4G. Alright, 4G pula, 2.4G. Hi everything. Okay, hi everything. Right. So are you guys just watching this video or you are doing that code programming as well? Boleh tak? What are you guys doing right now? Are you just watching this video? Watching this live stream, I mean. Teramat clear. Okay, good. Alamak. Ada sir, ada maksud kamu Colin, kamu ada buat programming jugalah. Alright, good. Because we are using this interactive slide, you can simply follow whatever I'm doing because everything is still in this slide. Good. Alright, good. Hubert, trying also sir, pakai dev C++. Alright. I think you can manage something like you just do whatever you can on your PC, something like you resize this, you're still watching this live stream on the left hand side. Now I'm telling you what to do, right? Okay, now you are looking at my OBS and let's say you have your development C++ on the right side or your code block or whatever you want to use, you can do that. Any of these method, but okay, let me close that. Alright, so this is I think this is quite doable because I can see, but it depends on your screen size as well. If your screen size is bigger, like 15 inch, like 16 inch, you are going to get a very acceptable window sizing. But I hope that you can just do something like this. Here you do that programming that we are doing in this video, and then you just follow along, you compile the code at this side while I'm doing this tutorial. Infinite tab. So you just use whatever method you know. I'm not going to teach you on that. So alright, I will close this atom. I'm not going to use my internal compiler later, but there will be one platform that I really need you to use afterward. But first, let's get back to here. After I finish this topic 2, I will introduce you to that platform that might be very helpful for you during this MCO period. Okay, because you need to do your own self-learning at your own pace. So I think that is gonna be a very good way of learning C++. Okay, let's continue with this example right here. This next slide, which is slide 42, it is to input 2 character data type. One is character letter, just to store a single letter, and the other one is symbol, so just to store any symbol. So you can do that as well using the same data type, which is character. Character can store letter, alphabet like A, B, C, D, E up until Z, and also special characters like the punctuation, the alias, the hashtag, $sign, or any other special characters on your keyboard. You can do that just by using this character type, and then you just use the normal cin method, so that you can try it on your own. And then to get the input of words using char, if you are trying to use char to get words, I think this example is pretty similar to the one that on slide 40. So this slide 43 is pretty similar when it comes to this fgets method. I think I repeated that twice here. And then the cin getline is also, it's almost similar, but it is different. Okay, this method is different than the string method that I introduced you at in slide 40. So this is different because we are using the same method of declaration with this fgets method. So we are using this character my name with a memory size, which is this array here. It's 20. It's the same as fgets method here. But the way we get the user input is by using this cin.getline. So this is a very different method compared to fgets. It's a totally different method. So the formatting is different than the string as well. It's not the same as this one. As you can see in slide 40, the getline function has two parameters, which is cin, comma, with the variable name. But for the character array data type, so this is the character array data type, this one was the string data type, as you can see here. So for the character data type, you are going to use this cin.getline method. So this cin.getline method is gonna have two input parameter, which is the variable name and the array size, okay, the memory size, which is 20. If this one is 100, and this one should be 100 as well. I hope that you remember that. That is basically the same principle as the fgets here, the same principle. And then you just see out the name. You can try this out in your compiler of choice. I will still use this online compiler to make my life easier. So let me run this code. I think it's gonna be asking my name, so it's the same thing. So I will type my name here. There you go. You have your name printed out just like that. Okay, what else? This is actually repeating. This is a repeating slide. Slide 44 is actually repeating the one that I have mentioned in slide 40. So you just skip that. Alright, so for the remaining part of this presentation, so getting input method 1 using keyboard. So most of the time you're going to get the user input from keyboard. Obviously you're going to use this input keyboard. To input float data type, into these two container here, we have got two variables here. One is called salary, the other one is called deduction. Actually this code was taken from your PDF, so you can also look for this code from the PDF. And this is the code, the overall code. Tada, sir. Tada? What do you mean by tada? Ideal. Okay. So this is an example of the user inputting their salary and then calculating the deduction of their APF. Alright, okay, that is calculating the deduction for APF. So you can basically try this code out right here. Try this one, and then you will see it will ask for the salary. Let's say you have this salary of 10,000 per month. Oh, sorry, you don't type that comma. Sorry, it's not readable by program. So if you have 10k for your monthly salary, you just type 10,000 and then the salary is 10,000 and EPF deduction is 800 ringgit due to this 0.08 deduction here. So that is regarding inputting float data into your code. So you are getting this float number. What else? So getting the user input, which is this one is we get the input from user. The second example, the second method, getting input method 2, is basically you are initializing the value straight away inside this float salary. So let's say your salary is 3750, and then the program will automatically calculate that for you. You are not inputting any value into this program. Let's try this program and run that. Now, as you can see, you don't have to do anything. The process will be done automatically. There will be no user input in this case. It's simply because of you don't have any cin. As you can see in the code, there are no cin. That means you are just doing a normal sequential flow without user interaction. There is no user interaction in this code right here. Sorry, why did I press this? How long have I been live streaming? 115. Wow, 115. Okay. All right, so this is a much more complex operation regarding C++, and I think I can show you, I can demonstrate. So if may tukar float ya ke double boleh juga kah? Boleh. Salam dari Jakarta. Dari Jakarta, biar betul Amri. Alright, so boleh kalau tukar float, you can use any data type that you want. When it comes to decimal number, you can use either float or double, it doesn't matter. Okay, the last example right here is regarding you are creating a text file. A very interesting topic. Basically, this is a very interesting topic, but to do this I need to use my local compiler. I guess I cannot use the online compiler. So let's say, okay, this is my home folder. Okay, this is my home folder. As you can see, there are no txt file yet. As you can see right here, if I maximize this window right here, as you can see, there is no txt file. I just have my folders here. These are all my folders, and then one is the home location GPX file. You ignore this one, so I can just remove this, okay, so that you get a better view of my directory here. So this is my local directory, which I can access through my terminal. So if I press ls to list down all the directories that exist within my home directory here, which is this name zits, so I can view all those folders here. So what you are looking at now on this graphical user interface is basically the same as the one that you are looking at in this listing. So they are the same. So now let me try and copy this code. Okay, what I'm doing now is I'm creating a file, a txt file later, a notepad file named example.txt, and then I'm writing something into that text file from C++. So what you want to do is you create a new file in your dev C++ or your code block. and then you copy that code, and then you save that code into the folder that you are trying to manipulate. So I'm trying to manipulate my zits home local directory. So let me name this as writing text.cpp, writing text.cpp. So now I will have my cpp code there. So writing text.cpp. So now what I'm going to do is, let me show you how this is happening right here. Okay, I will make a little space here so that you can see the program runs in real time. So let me compile that writing.cpp source file, and then let me output that to write.o out. Okay, so you're gonna see this additional file that I have created, which is that write.out. So for you who are using Windows, you are not going to write this .out file. You will write this .exe file. So you just straight away write the name here, and then with the extension .exe. Only the Mac user needs to write .out, because Mac cannot run executable file like Windows. So it can run this OUT file, it cannot run the exe file. But for you who are using Windows, you need to write .exe here, not OUT. Windows cannot run OUT file. So to run that code, you simply do this / with the name, and then there you go. You see, here is my example txt file. If I open that file, you can see that writing this to a file is being written inside that file, inside that txt file. So you can write anything you want here. This is written by a C++ code. Okay, this was written by, actually this is written is also acceptable. Okay, we are not doing a Grammarly class right now. So let me rerun the code, and then rerun the, see, this was written by C++ code. Okay, that is how you play around with file management in C++. Okay, this is quite useful when it comes to doing a project later on, whenever you need to produce some sort of a receipt for the user, something like that. You are printing the receipt out in the form of txt file before you print it out physically, something like that. So this can be printed out, right? You simply press Ctrl P, and then you can see that I can print this into the physical world. So that is regarding this txt file. Salam dari Jakarta. Okay, next is the example, the same example. Basically, you can try this out. All right. But the last thing that I want to show you is you can basically interact with the data that you get from your txt file. So let's say you have this data inside your txt file. So let's say I am changing, okay, I will change the content here, because this is a normal txt file, right? Normal txt file. So let me change this to 1 space 2, and then I press enter, 3 4. I save the file. Okay, and then as you can see now, so the number is getting smaller once again, because this is a text editor which is not like Microsoft Word. So even though you have changed the formatting just now, it will revert back to the default font size. So this is basically behaving like Notepad. So the number is there already, so 1 2 3 4. So what I'm gonna do now is to copy this code, and then I will just replace the previous code, and then just rerun this code by using the same name, or probably not. Probably we need to write a new file and then make it separate. It's much better to understand, much easier to understand later on. So this one is manipulate text data .cpp. Manipulate text data.cpp. Save. Alright, so that is the code right here. You need to specify the name of the file, which is now example.txt. We are still not changing the name. If you change the name here, you make sure you change the name here as well. So let's say I name this as some numbers. Okay, some numbers. So if I run this code right now, what's gonna happen? So let me recompile this code. Sorry. So the name of the code is manipulate. So manipulate.o, and then I will name this as math.out. So this is my maths.out. So what's gonna happen if I run this maths.out? So you are gonna see a weird number coming up right here. So because what we are supposed to be looking at is basically we are manipulating the number inside this txt file. So as you can see from this code right here, you are trying to open this file, which is not it is no longer exists, because I have renamed the file to some numbers, right? So I've renamed the file to some numbers. It was previously example.txt. So if you are trying to read from an unknown source of this is considered as unknown source right now, because there are no example.txt here. So the program went haywire. So it could not do anything else other than just printing out just gibberish right now. So what we were supposed to be doing was basically we open this file. So you need to change this number to some numbers. You need to change the name to some numbers. So some underscore numbers right here .txt, and then it will open this file up. And then you don't have to worry about this. It will read the data inside that file, and then it will calculate the result based on the number that it found. So this data 1 is referring to this number 2. So I need to maximize the number a little bit. Okay, so you need to know the arrangement a little bit here. So 1 is located at position 0, 2 is located at position 1, 3 is located at position 2, and 4 is located at position 3. So it is being arranged in that particular order right now. So 0, 1, 2, 3, that is the position. So we are playing around with the value inside that position. So data 1 plus data 2 multiply with data 3. So you are still applying the order of magnitude of the operation. So the comparing plus with multiplication, obviously multiplication has a higher precedence compared to plus operation. So data 2 is going to be multiplied with data 3. So data located at position 2 is 0, 1, 2. So this is data 2, this is data 3. So 3 multiplied with 4, you get 12. And then the value 12 is going to be added with data 1, so which is 2. So 12 plus 2 is going to get you 14. So you're gonna get 14 out of this program later on. So let me rerun the code. Now we have specified the correct name. So let's see if we can. Oh, I am still using the same name. Manipulate text data. Sorry, I used maths.out just now. Maths.out. Okay, and then let me run the code. Maths.out. You see, we can extract the exact value from this text file right here. So we have got the number at position 0 is 1. As you can see, the number inside that square bracket is position. So position 0, 1, position 1 is 2, position 2 is 3, and then position 3 is 4. So the result is going to be 14. Okay, so that is basically what I want to show you. Alright, so we have finished this topic 2 variables inside the Google slide. But what I want you to do now is to go to Codecademy.com. So everyone, okay, I hope that you guys are still here. So there are 18 of you. Okay, can you please follow my step afterward? So maybe the video here is a bit lagging behind my current. Yes, now I'm looking at the Codecademy on my YouTube stream. So you need to go to this Codecademy and then you sign up. You press the sign up button and then you use your Google account to log in into this Google Academy. No, not Google Academy, this Codecademy. That is what I want you to do. Since this is not really a real-time interaction, I think it is much better to use Google Meet when I'm trying to use this service later on. But what you need to do is you use your Google account to log in into this Codecademy. So I am using my Google account to log into this Codecademy, and then you search for C++. There will be some way for you to look for that. I'm not sure if you can see it here. Okay, you search it from this home web page here, but you press on the catalog. I think it's the catalog, and then you press this C++, and then you click on this C++ courses right here. This will be your self-paced learning experience through this Codecademy service. You can try this for free. This is actually a paid service, but you can try it first without paying any penny. So there will be a very good exercises for you later on. Okay, so you can try this out by yourself because it is a self-paced learning, and you can start off by starting out with the Hello World program, the Hello World session here. Okay, the great thing about this Codecademy is that whenever you have logged in into your account and whenever you have entered the language of choice, you will be presented with a very nice interface right here for you to learn how to code. Basically, you have three panels here. This is the first panel, which is where you are going to see the nodes here, and you can interact with this site. Basically, on this right hand side is normally your workspace. It is for the code editor and then the code compiler. So you can press next. So this is basically the introduction, then you can read up. So this is basically telling you when the C++ was created. So it was created back in 1979, and then so you can read them up. So why you learn C++ is very fast, it's well supported, it forces you to think in new way and creative ways, and then you just follow the instruction here. There will be instruction here. Press next to continue, and you can see concept review here. You ignore that. Community forums, you ignore that. All you need to know is to read up the learn section and then also the instruction section. And so you press next. Now you see the learn column now has been changed to the next page. So now you are looking at hello world. Take a look at the hello world CPP in the code editor, which is the one at the center of your screen right now. Okay, actually you in order to use this, you must be online. So you have to have a good internet connectivity as well, because you are directly communicating with the Codecademy server. So the Codecademy server is now hosting all these website together with the code editor, together with the code compiler on the right hand side. So you have got the CPP file here is basically your code editor in one place. So your code editor and your code compiler. This is your considered as your terminal. On the right hand side is considered as your command prompt. So C++ program are stored in a file which usually have the file extension C++, which simply stands for C++. The code inside our C++ file is a classic first step of all new programmer takes. The terminal is the black panel on the right. So this is the black panel. It should be blank right now. The code in the text editor will print text out onto the terminal. More specifically, it will print the phrase hello world, which is right here. So press run to see the program in action, because I have done this before. So you can see that it is already ticked inside this box here. I think you can see this box. It's above my frame here. So this is press run to see the program in action. If you press run, you can see this hello world on the right hand side. So this is a very good way for you to learn C++ on your own. Okay, it is a self-paced learning experience. So is everyone doing this now? Boleh tak saya dapat respon? Cuba korang dah masuk tak Codecademy ni? Okay, Amri, Ibni, yang lain-lain, Hubert, Colin, Arman, Anisha, hello, Arman Kadari doing as well. Korang tengah visit tak Codecademy ni sekarang ni? Boleh tak reply sekarang? Alright, good. So you can Alright, I hope that you guys are doing this as well. Alright, good. So this can be done in your own way as well. Since you don't like to use that standard colon, you just write using namespace std here, and then you just remove that standard colon in front of that. So you can type this COVID-19 is killing me now. All right. Eat, sleep, eat, sleep, eat, sleep. Okay, so don't press save. Okay, you don't need to save your code. You just, if you somehow accidentally press Ctrl S, what you're gonna see is your browser is going to save the web page for you. You don't do that. In this online compiler, you just simply press run, and you should be seeing the terminal getting updated on the right hand side. So basically, this is a very powerful way of learning computer programming, because you can see the learning section on the left, the code editor at the center, and the terminal on the right. So you can add more things here. You can declare some things here as well. int number is equal to 100, and then you can see out that number now. Okay, let's say we add this endl as well. So if you run, you should be seeing 100 after all your sentences, all your statements. You can also manipulate the number. You can multiply with another 100. You're gonna get 10,000. I think, yes, it's 10,000. You can further manipulate the number with adding something else, adding the second number perhaps. So let's say we declare a second number to int num2 equals to 999. Okay, so you're gonna get 10,999. all right, so that is how great this Codecademy is. But this is a free trial version of that Codecademy. You're not going to get the full learning experience just by using that the free account, but still it is very useful for you as the beginner in C programming. So after you have completed the task, you will be allowed to press next. Otherwise, you cannot proceed. You need to complete the task first, okay? Because I have done this before, so you are always looking at my instruction has been accomplished, but for you, you're gonna see X inside that box. Soldering iron. Sorry, iklan sekejap. Okay, so high five. This is the library, the what they call, this is the program structure of C++. This is a very basic program structure that you have been learning so far in C++. So it's basically introducing you to all these standard cout, and then the way you print out the text to terminal. So that's basically a very basic introduction for you. So you need to follow this. Let's write the whole light up sketcher. Apa benda ya? Inside the curly braces, type the following and press run. Okay, so you just can simply copy this code right here, and then you just press run. I think at first it should have this hello world, I guess, at the top. It should be looking like this at first. But you just add this line right here at the bottom, and then you press run. You should see both lines getting printed out on your terminal. So next, you're gonna see the next learning panel here. We learn how to output a line of text with the following code. So you can also, this is a very powerful text editor actually. So let me comment out all this. If you run this code, you're gonna see this car with smoke at the back. So you are not simply able to write the code with just normal alphabet. You can also use emoji, but emoji only, you can only use emoji in this web interface, I guess. You cannot use this in code block. That's probably due to some error, some limitation of code block or development C++. You can only do this in a very advanced code editor, something like this. So you can also look for emoji online on Emojipedia. So let's say we look for animals here. Yeah, let's get this fox. For some reason I want to use this fox instead of cat. Where is my Codecademy? So let me add this fox. Sorry, don't remove everything. So adding fox emoji at the end will print out so many foxes there. Okay, so I have done this before, but your task is basically, instead of displaying the two lines in the output, edit the code so that we can output the following pattern in the terminal. So as you can see, I have done that beforehand. So this is how you do the statement here. So the first statement is a standard out with quite a number of spaces in front before you write 1. And then the second one, you should align the number, the last number, with the first one here. And then the same goes to the third line and the fourth line. So something, you don't have to be very precise. I think you're gonna be okay by just following the pattern itself. You have to follow the pattern, but it doesn't really have to be that specific in the number of spaces, I guess. Okay, so after you have finished that, you can review what you have learned so far, and then you can, before we move on, let's write a letter to your future self. In the letter, let's add the following goals for yourself, name and date. And so this is the original lines that is inside this CPP file. So what you need to add here is just let me use the standard notation as well, because I don't want to write that using namespace std up at the top. So my goal is let's say to purchase the PS5 later on, so or Xbox Series X, then I will write my name and date here. Name and date. Why do I need to write my name and date? So yes, it's the date of your goal that you need to specify on which date that is going to happen. I think it's the end of this year, so 31st of December is 2020 is when we are probably gonna receive that PS5 and Xbox Series X. So you press run, and then so that is the letter to yourself, to myself. I'm gonna purchase both of them at the same time. So so that's basically the tutorial for today. So I think you can proceed with the next lesson just by pressing the next lesson there. And then so this is going to be the next lesson for you to try. But since we almost reach our 2 hours mark here. Yes, ada hint. So if you are stuck, there will be some hint given to you if you cannot proceed. So you don't have to worry about that. Steady PS5, FIFA, PS5. Boh lupa jap main PS5. Okay, maybe for today I think we are going to end this session for now, and probably tomorrow afternoon let's try using the Google Meet for the next session. Probably I want to see the different experience that we can have with this online learning. Once we enter autosave, I think it's autosave. Yeah, it's autosave in the Codecademy server. You don't have to worry about losing that progress, because the account is currently being you are currently logged into your account, right? So basically everything will be saved under your account data. So that's why you keep on seeing my learning panel now has been ticked before I'm doing this session, because I've done it beforehand. So it's basically saving all my progress here. So every time you revisit, you don't have to redo everything from start. Sudah visit tengah buat yang untuk tadi kan, Xbox teruk. Oh janganlah. Xbox power kot. So probably tomorrow afternoon I will try to use either Google Hangout ataupun Google Meet just to see how different it is between this live stream and the Google Meet itself. So the problem with Google Meet kan, it is not recording. That is why I prefer this YouTube session. But I hope that you guys have learned something today. Okay, you please try out all the codes inside this Google slide. You try it on your own. So I hope to see you again tomorrow. We got power. Oh, PS better. Power got what, but the teraflops is higher lah. The GPU performance is higher than PlayStation. But for PlayStation, the best thing about PlayStation adalah yang punya SSD, the solid state drive. So we wait and see. Just we wait and see. The strength of Xbox Series X is at the raw GPU power, while the strength of PlayStation 5 is not the raw GPU power. It's slightly lower than Xbox Series X, but the solid state drive is something quite magical. We wait and see. The loading speed is very very fast. So boleh tengok balik kehadiran, takut nama tercicir. Kehadiran. Okay, so there are 16 of you have registered for kehadiran ni. So you try and revisit your scanner there. Boleh scan You scan the screen now. So even though we are doing this online kan, kamu kena ambil juga kehadiran ni, lucu juga. Super Mario. Alright, you're welcome Colin. Ada kelas lagi kah petang pula? Sure. The live will be recorded directly. After I end the live stream kan, you can review back the video. That's the best thing about YouTube live stream. So even though you have probably missed the lesson kan, here and there, you can always revisit, but it is a 2 hour long video. Nanti kamu kena scrub through the timeline tu lah. Terbaik. Alright, thank you Amirul Hafiz. Boleh nangga lagi sikit kelak? Boleh. It will be recorded. So you just subscribe to my channel. Yang hanya just 8 subscribers sekarang. Okay, ada HBU saya. HBU? Mana ada HBU? Mana ada curriculum lagi? Thank you sir for the lesson. Alright, you're welcome Lord Tomato. I don't even know who you are. Lord Tomato lah. Siapa lagi nama pelik-pelik tu? Lord Tomato je lah yang lain. Iron Man pun saya tahu siapa Iron Man. Okay, the rest of you are using your real name. Okay, good. HBU apa loss ELC ELC obviously lah tumbuk laptop. Yes sir, promote Codecademy. Yeah, I'm promoting this platform because this platform is very good for online learning like this. Yeah, in the event of this pandemic and this would be a very useful website for you. So Kawat Online, thank you sir. HBU for life. Gila lah semangat main-main sir. Alright, thank you for joining this live stream. I hope to see you again tomorrow. Probably tomorrow we are going to use the Google Meet. Probably we can use the Google Meet. If that is not the best way, we can revert back to YouTube stream. I think I like this platform, even though it doesn't really show the interaction much because you are probably watching this video rather than tinkering with the chat box. So sponsored by Codecademy. Mana ada? I'm not even subscribed to Codecademy tu. Saya pakai free lesson juga. Saya pakai free lesson dia. And it's not just for learning C++. Ada belajar buat game juga dekat situ. Ada buat game Unity. It's not Unity apa yang dia orang boleh buat. I think some game development. Yeah, game development is here. But I'm not sure which platform dia pakai. fgets, so it's actually like online game development lah kat sini. So these are the options that you can have, all the languages available inside this Codecademy. Jangan lupa like, share and apa tu? Sererap. Show. Subscribe itu semestinya gratis guys. Okay, the video will be inside this channel lah. Channel yang saya tak seberapa ni. Actually saya tak pernah pun buat live stream. This is my first time. Cuma if you look at my previous video, adalah PS4 punya live stream sebelum ni. YouTube macam bagus sebab dapat tengok balik apa yang direkod. Ya, yeah, betul. Pula sponsored by my own self. So it's 12 o'clock now. So like video, guys. Okay, don't forget to like, hit subscribe, and stay safe. Okay, so I will end this live stream now. So thank you. Bye bye.